Right, let's get this show on the road. Let's get this show on the road. Yes, let's get that up there. Let's get that on there. Right, that's all done. Let's see everyone. Oh, hello, hello, hello. Let's get the party started in a sec. Let's just link that over there. Put that into there. We're just getting everything started. We're going to be scanning gold, euro, pound today. Just focus on just focus on looking at setups today. Is it done? That's all good there. Alright, let's get that on there. Let's tap that, save that. Get that up there. Oh, okay, so we've got something going on here then. Let's have a look what this is. Done, 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 and done. Perfect. Right, good. So that's all done. What else have we got? What have we got going on here then? Wow. Okay, let's see what was the news. There's some news coming up in about 5 minutes, so that's cool. We had, what did we have? We had Aussie news last night, and we had unemployment news, interest rate, unemployment change, unemployment news last night as well from New Zealand. So that's why we've seen some moves on New Zealand. Crypto Andy, morning everyone. You said it yourself, man. You have to follow your rules in order to be successful. I did lose 1% per trade, but I'm having issues with setting my TP. I'm doing the FTMO challenge right now, the 10k one. Yeah, I'm in 4. So you're down 4.4% because I was acting too stupid, didn't follow my plan. Okay, interesting. What sort of trades have you taken? What have you done? Let's set up some dialogue. Let's get some chat going on. Let's log in. Where are we? Oh, here we go. That will kickstart that. Let's move this over here. Let's move that one and launch there. There you go. Currently short on gold. It's a swing trade, swing move. He's trying to pop up at the moment. But it does give us a good entry as well. It does give us some good entries, about 38, 39. That's quite nice. We'll explore that in a moment. Let's move everything over here. Share the screen, get that on there, plug there, done. Where is it? Oh, it's there. Bit all. Right, good. That's all good. Let's chuck that over here. Right, that's all good. Let's make sure that everyone's logging in. Get that like that. Get some chat going on here. Just setting up. Right, here we go. So we're going to have some news in about 3-4 minutes. I'll tell you what we are going to do. We're going to switch up to gold and see what gold does. Let's switch to gold. I've got the gold up. I've got Dow up as well. Let's get rid of that over here. Get rid of that as well. Alright, okay, so they don't need that one then. Let's see if we can sign into chat. Let's see. Oh yes, there we go. Yeah. Yeah. Downside on yeah, it might maybe a corrective phase on the Dow. We've had a decent pump up. Wait until the US session really. It almost touched the 76.4. Bounced around the 3660s, which is the 618. We've just pulled back to there now, just testing that area now on the Dow. Yeah, you got to take it easy. Exactly. Rushing too much. We can have a look at that as well. We've got literally 30 seconds. And then I'm going to share, I've got that link for you, Frank, for the risk management tool. Why is this not working? Stretch, there we go. Get down to about there like that. There like that, done. Let's go. Pumping up. Right, where are we going with this? So this is alright, so this is going to go up. Let's see if it just goes straight up to 46 or if it just holds and drops. I'm looking for it to drop, so it might be a good place to look for some shorts. I have got some shorts on gold already, so I'm short on gold. And come on, give me. Why does it take so long? There we go. Then we want to short it from here if it can give us an entry. Gold. Let's have a look at the chart as well. So I'm going to scan gold. And I'm going to go through it as well now. Where is my gold? Here we go. Just out of interest, based on all your charts, anyone who trades gold, where do you have your low? You know, from that Sunday evening when we had this spike down, 17th of January. The 17th of January low. Where do you have that? 17th of January. Because I've got, based on all my charts really, some of them are, yeah, I've just shorted, I just took another one on, shorted gold at around 39 area. So it was a nice little pump up, now we're getting that dump. So this is, hopefully we'll get a nice little move down, hopefully. We'll see. Yeah, so where are we looking here? So we've got 1802.95, 1802.95, but on my other charts, I don't have that. And the Dow's having a nice little bit of a revival to the upside, back up. I'd like to see gold go down and stock markets go up. But yeah, see here, I've got, what have I got? Is this the 17th? Yeah, Sunday the 17th. My low here is 1805.4. So we had this aggressive spike down to about 05, but I remember seeing it specifically go down to about 02. So it all seems a bit out of sync. Yeah, so yes, make the buffer. Yes, right, someone's saying about, yes, make the buffer. Yeah, all good. So that's all right. So nice, a nice move up. So everyone should be getting on. Everyone should have been able to get on gold. Let's read your 1803. See, someone's got 1803. So yeah, I've got I've got it 1802.95 on there, but then 1805 here on my other charts. I swear that they corrected it. Sunday night it was down there, it spiked down lower, and then I've come in and then they've changed it. I'm like, that's not right. Absolutely not right. Just depends where they're getting their feeds from. So for Sunday night, if they're getting their feed shared through, I don't know, whoever they're getting it from, a bank or somewhere. It could be somebody like Deutsche Bank be providing their feed. So all their prices, because that's what often happens. And then come Monday, they've got a quote from another bank or some other provider. Usually they'll have multiple providers. You can ask them who. Generally, it'll be someone like Deutsche Bank that provide these feeds. And then so you come in and then they've changed it, which is a bit annoying, really. It's a bit annoying because that stab down, I've got it on here with Oanda showing the correct level. That's what I saw and that's what I noted and that's what I recorded, and that I've left it at that. About 1802. So 1803. So what made you think that gold would go down? Okay, let's do this. Let's have a little look. Let's drill up to a monthly. Oh look, monthly chart. Here we go. Monthly chart. There's a range. Kicked up, went high, broke out, extended almost to 127 on a monthly. Massive pump to the upside, and now we've kind of consolidated. We've gone up, and then last month, January, was a bearish month, and so I'd like to see some of this downside momentum continue. I'd like to see a bit of a move down to at least retest the 1800 level one more time. Just going by last month's bearish candles, the top down analysis, we're 3 days in. You should have looked. Or you should be looking at the high time frames. At the end of a week, at the start of a week, at the end of a month, at the start of a month. How many of you do that? How many of you have even looked at your monthly charts? Whatever it is that you've been trading for the last few days. Have any of you looked at your monthly charts? Do you look at your monthly charts? Ah, dear. Part of your daily routine. Trade plan. What's in your trade plan? Do you look at the news? Did you know there was news coming out? Let's have a look at the news, shall we? Let's explore the news. Non-farm, ADP non-farm employment change, 174,000 as opposed to 48,000. Let's have a look at that. Just very quickly. Do you guys do this? Refresh. Oh look, so I've just shorted. Let's take that scalp off there anyway. There's a couple of grand. There you go. That's about 3k. There you go. Bank that. Let's get this off as well because that's a nice entry. There we go. Bag a few pips there. So that's about, I don't know. That pays for the wine or lemonade for all you underage drinkers out there. I tell you, there's so many underage drinkers out there that are trading. they're making a shit ton of money, but they can't drink if they're in America because they have ridiculous laws over there. You have to be 21 to have a drink, but you can go and get a gun and shoot people in your college or school, no problem. Oh dear. Anyway, don't get me started. Let's just focus on what we're doing here. Let's not try and analyse people's countries, how they operate and think and do things. So yeah, where are we at? Oh, here we go. So next news now is at 3 o'clock, which is going to be at 10 o'clock New York time, 3 o'clock London time. So I only focus on amber news and red news, but this stuff's scheduled all the time. Tomorrow is the big one. Okay, so tomorrow. So really on my watch list for this week, all I'm looking for really to trade is the pound. Bank of England are going to be talking. It's a bit like the Fed Reserve, you know, when the Fed talk. So we've got all that going on. Oh, I've just cashed out on some of that move on. It was about 20 to 30 pips, just little scalps there on gold. I just took some shorts, some profit, quick one with the help of that news pump and dump kind of move. But I am holding some positions, looking for a break to the downside. Like I say, we'll go into that in a minute. What's that? Yes, I should have looked at the monthly too. The highest you go to is the daily. Don't lie. The highest you go to is a 1 minute chart. Go on, be honest. What's the first chart people look at? I should ask. What's the first one? 1 minute. Okay. 5 minute. 30 seconds. One tick. How do you use Twitter feeds to your advantage, and what do you specifically look for on Twitter? Please discuss pound dollar long setups. Why would I specifically discuss pound dollar for long setups? How do you know it's going to go up? Is that what you think? Then I should say to you, please discuss pound dollar setups for longs, because clearly that's your bias. So what you do is you can get on your laptop computer, you can get what they call TweetDeck for Twitter. Let's talk about that. Twitter. Have an account with Twitter. Then start following all the news services. People like Reuters, Bloomberg, CNBC, Live Squawk, Forex Live, Trading Floor Audio. There's loads out there. They all report the news, second by second. Or you can pay for a Bloomberg terminal, which is costly. Or just do that. Set up a TweetDeck, which you put. It's like a little desktop application, like your Discord application. Something that you just put on your computer, and then that way you've got all your tweets coming through with the news, and you can see what's going on. And so you're just covering global affairs, so you know what's happening. You're looking for figures, you'll get it. You'll know what's going on. So like when something moves 100 pips, you're not just sat there going, putting a question out there, asking your mates or whatever groups you're in, why did that just move 100 pips? Like, if you don't know that, you shouldn't be trading. It's as simple as that, because you haven't got yourself set up properly. If you take your head away from that 1 minute chart for 30 seconds, you might be able to sort of understand the bigger picture. It's like that, so it's true what I'm saying, isn't it? It's true. I might exaggerate a little bit, but it's true. Be honest with yourself. Once you start being honest with yourself, then you can move forward. Because the only people you're kidding otherwise is yourself. It's quite funny when you do that. So yeah, this is new stuff. This stuff's out every month, so it's no big deal. It's all scheduled news. The reason I have Twitter set up is because we're looking at the unscheduled news. We're looking for stuff that's not penciled in. We're looking for things that might cause things like Biden talking about stimulus package, 1.9 trillion, and originally I think it was 3 trillion they talked about, and so that stuff like that's going to get the markets flowing, get the juices flowing. They're going to react to that. The speculation. Right now we've had a bit of a move down on the pound pairs because it's been bearish, because they were talking about the potential that Governor Bailey for the Bank of England, they might talk about reducing rates. So the official bank rate right now is really, really low. He dismissed it last month, negative rates. So if he suddenly said, "Oh, we're going to reduce the rates," that's going to be bad for the pound, and then the pound will sell off. So that's where your fundamentals are coming into play. You don't need to know the numbers or statistics or anything like that. You don't need to be an analyst. People overcomplicate it. So all Twitter feed's doing for you is to highlight what's going on, what's coming up, what's the news. We live in a world and society that's connected like never before. It would make sense to come up for air and look at what's going on in the world, particularly when you're trading. It's relevant because there's going to be stuff that's happening that might affect your trade that you're about to put on. So you might think, "Oh, I'm going to take a short here 5 minutes before a piece of news," which you're not even aware that's coming out, and then it spikes up 100 pips. And you think, "What happened there?" And you didn't know because you didn't do your research, you didn't do your due diligence. It's not hard. You're connected to the internet, so all you need to do is go on the internet and look at what's going on. Be aware of what's going on. It's not rocket science in that respect. So you don't need to be an analyst, you just need to be aware of what's going on in the world. So connect yourself up accordingly. And so Twitter's a really good one. Use Twitter. There's various applications. TweetDeck. Have a look at that, and then just start following, like I say, all those news outlets, news services. So Bloomberg, CNBC, City AM, Reuters is a good one. Stock Twits is a good one. There's loads. There's absolutely loads. You only need about 3 or 4. They all report the same stuff generally. Live Squawk, Forex Live, Trading Floor Audio. That's it. So hopefully, when you read back over this or listen back over this this live session, you can get some of that. So we're going to keep this short and sweet today, about 30-40 minutes done. City AM's another one. Bloomberg Economics is a good one. And just like little tweets, and then you can click on those tweets and, read the story, read the report, read it. It'll just tell you what's going on. It'll tell you all sorts of stuff, general stuff and more related to maybe what's going to affect your trading. So private companies added 174,000 jobs in January versus the 50,000 estimate. So, of course, these numbers have been completely out of sync and generally quite whacked for a good year almost since we've had the fallout from the corona. So I take all these numbers with a pinch of salt. I really do. Look, 174 versus an estimate of like 48. It's just, so all this stuff, I just take it all with a pinch of salt. But this here, when it comes to interest rates, we have to, cautious optimism reduces need to, to maybe reduce the interest rates in England. So just know that if they drop interest rates again, what is it at the moment? Let's have a look. Does it say here what it is? It should give us the number. If they reduce it again, then it'll be weakening the pound. The pound will drop. And because there's been some rumours about him talking about reducing it, just based on the rumours, that's why we've seen a bit of a bearish momentum. So 0.1. So, it's right down to almost 0, the official bank rate. But he doesn't want to go into negative. He doesn't want to do any negative interest rates. That's just, he said there's no need to do that. That would just see the pound drop. The pound would tank if he did that. So understand that everyone's trying to trade the pound at the minute. I'll wait until tomorrow to look at the pound, but that's on my watch list to trade. But I won't trade it today. I won't trade it tomorrow after the news, and that's 12 o'clock lunchtime UK time. Okay, so it's not even worth. We'll go over it and we'll analyse it. But let's get back to gold quickly, and then we'll go to the pound. So gold right now, monthly. So top-down analysis. Make sure you're looking at your monthlies. Again, this is about common sense. Common sense. Start of a week, look at your weekly. End of the week, look at the weekly. Over the weekend. Monthly. Start of a month, end of a month, look at your monthly charts. If you're not doing that, why are you not doing it? Put it in your trade plan. Write it down now. Get your notepad out. Write the damn thing down. Put it in your trade plan. I see people's trade plans. They're like essays. It's like, who are you trying to kid? You don't follow all of that stuff. It's an overload of information. It should be like 6 bullet points. That's all. Not an essay. You're not filing a school report. Who are you trying to impress? It's half of it. It's just bollocks. Absolute crap. Write down half a dozen key points that you need to just kind of help govern yourself and remember. If you write an essay, you're not going to remember all of that. Trade plan. People overcomplicate them. Oh, I've seen some shocking ones. I saw somebody wrote one time. He wrote. It was like writing an essay. He was like, it's like you're writing a dissertation. What are you doing, a university course or something? What is that? You can't remember all of that. You're telling me a story here. This is for you. Something that you can write on a piece of paper, back of an envelope. That's what they say. And stick it, a post-it note, stick it on your computer screen, whatever. So yeah, there you go. What we got here, daily, week. Let's zoom into this because this is all just like, doesn't tell you anything. But I've got a thick red trend line. That's what I wanted to show you. It keeps bouncing off that trend line. Tapped it. Let's drill down. That's what the monthly looks like. Bearish on the month. Weekly, gold weekly. Let's drill down again. So gold weekly, we had last week was a bearish close, which is good. Then we went up and we rallied up, and we've had a go this week, and we're into Wednesday now. We've had a go to the upside and we've rejected. So now I'm thinking, okay, now that we've rejected, now that we've done all the upside, move to the upside, had a go to the upside and we're rejecting, I'm hoping that the market doesn't just that gold doesn't just swing up and down, that it does actually say, okay, we've gone up now, it's time for the bears to have a go. The bulls have had a go, let's give the bears a chance. You know, that kind of thinking. Bulls have had a go, time for the bears to have a go, have their fair share. So we've had the move up and the rejection off that 61.8 of that last major range, around 1960, key area, double top. And then we had this sharp bearish weekly candle, powerful, that put us on the bearish journey. We stabbed down to about 1810, which I said was the target. We did that on that Sunday on the 17th. So I asked you where it dropped down to, because it spiked down and bounced all the way up. And I'll show you what it did at 1810 on a smaller time frame. Then we had the retracement. We've tapped it once, 1 week, 2 weeks, third week now. We're in our third week. Now I always look for 3 tests of a support and resistance. Any support and resistance, rule of thumb. Look for like 3 tests. You have a piece of paper with 8 points taped on my desk to always look at it. Yeah, cool. I used to only look at the 1 minute chart when I began. So it's nice that people are honest. I've been doing this for a long time. I know what people do. Because everyone does the same thing. Why do you think 90% of you never make any money? Because you're all doing the same thing. You don't even realise that you're doing the same thing. It's not because you don't know how to do it differently. No, it's because you don't know how to do it differently, because perhaps you're learning. But it's just force of habit. It's what people do. It's the process. People come in and they just do the same thing. And then as you learn, you start doing things differently. But generally, there is like a way that people do things. And it's so funny how it's all very, very similar. And you can appreciate that, right? Because that's the business. That's it. That's the same with everything. So, yeah, you'll see common practice, shall we say. Not best practice, but common practice. And it just is the way it is. So again, common sense, that, you know, tells you that a lot of it, because it's human sentiment, it's all about humans' behaviour. This is why I encourage people to spend 80% of your time learning about yourself, self-development. You know your worth. And then 20% should be allocated to trading, not the other way round. You guys trade too much. If you're on a 1 minute chart, you're just going to be over trading the whole day. The minute you go on a 1 minute chart, you're over trading. You forget it. It's game over. Before you've even started, you've lost. So know what you're about, and never forget where you came from. And hold some values dear. This business helps you to establish strengths and weaknesses very, very quickly. Shape up or ship out. It's kind of like that. It's ruthless. So yeah, so I've got this range on the foot on the go as well. So I've got this range here, rejected, bounced up, 3 times test, 1, 2, 3. Look for 3 tests. Got a nice trend line. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 times now testing this area. Strong rejection, bounce off short. So I'm short, and let's drill down to the daily. So daily so far, yesterday's nice sell-off after that rejection. So we had Sunday night, we had the rally with silver, precious metals, gold, because Wall Street Bets was saying that we were going to go, you know, get on board with silver. So it caused a bit of a speculation. But silver failed to break $30. I said if it broke $30, I'll start looking for longs. It gapped up, so it needed to come back down, pump and dump. But I did say to my groups in the Telegram group, I did say, yeah, if it breaks 30, I was talking to my trading buddies, colleagues, and one of them said to me, you know, if it breaks $30, I said, yeah. So I put it out there. I said, if it breaks $30, we'll start looking for this whole pump and dump type of move, which is, you know, purely speculative, based on some Wall Street Bets kind of propaganda, if you like. I thought, yeah, let's get involved. Seems like fun. But it taps out at 30, didn't it? So yeah, we're back down now. And we still have this bearish momentum, as far as I can tell. Bearish momentum. It's got a lot of work to do if it wants to get above 60, 70. This could be the place where it launches itself. You know, this is a daily candles. It hasn't really moved. It's gone up a bit, and then it sold off. So I thought now was the time to get in short. So I quoted a short from 1836. Stop losses around 1846 for about 100 pips. So swing trade it. And then we're looking for 1830 to the downside, first target. And then, you know, just for a little little scalp move of about 60 odd pips, 50, 60 pips. From here is about 80, 90 pips, which is alright, that's good for gold. And obviously looking for the 76.4 of this range down to about 1820, nice round number. That'll give you about 150 to 180 pip move, which is nice. And then what else are we looking for after that? Well, we were saying 1800 if we could get down there. But I'd be quite happy to take some profit 1830. I've taken some on this little pump up now. It went up to about 39, took it down to about 36. And then we look again for a break of 1830 to 1820. So look for this, you know, it's bearish. It's bearish, isn't it? It's rejected. It went up, it's sold off hard, and we had a bit of a retracement. The retracement was tested, a double top, triple top, whatever. It rejected. And now we're still, you know, still heavily weighted to the downside, right? Obviously we have support here, but you'll look at that and you'll see it on a small time frame, you think, okay, yeah, support. So that's why I'm swinging it. I'm gonna have a go because of the bigger time frames suggesting that we still have it's still quite weighted to the downside. They just all yell, yeah. Dogecoin, yeah, Dogecoin was another one. Yeah, Dogecoin. Yeah, I know. You got to time it. If you see the move happening and you're jumping on that, that's dangerous, right? It's dangerous. Because you haven't got a plan, you're just taking a punt. There's no plan, you're just having a go. So let's drill down again, 4 hour. Let's get 4 hour, let's do this and then we can look at pound pairs and a few other bits. So yeah, this is this range. I've just adjusted it a little bit. This is the range that we're currently looking at. So on the 4 hour, this is just focusing now, zoomed in, focused here on let's have a look at this. Bear with me. Just want to see. Oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah, focusing on the 61.8 around 1830. So we've hit that. But the fact that we curled back over, and then we've just had a sharp move up now. That's cool. I'm quite happy with that. I was quite happy to get in short again and take some more positions. Actually, do I have anything on this? Is this going to go up higher? Okay, so that's... Let me just make sure I've got some skin in the game up higher, because I did take some off. So I've banked some, and I'm just making sure I've got some positions that I've got exact amount of risk and everything's cushy on this shorting gold. So I am short on gold. Yeah, go on. The stop loss, it was a scalp, so the stop loss was just like, I don't know, 40, somewhere like that. Just it went up, and this was the move. Let's have a look at like a 5 minute. It was just, for me, this move here. We had the news come out, and yeah, and I sold it. Just caught some of this, and then thought, okay, that's cool. And you know, the news just causes a bit of chop, so I caught this down move, and I didn't hold it because I figured it might just. I had no intention of doing any more than that. And then it's gone up, and now it's rejected. Now we're coming back down. So, but I'm swing trading it, so I'm holding. Don't worry about get caught up on that. That's me just trading for myself, a bit of trading, but you know, having a go. It's fine. Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, just the bias is for me. I've got bearish bias on gold. That's my view, but that's my own view. So let's keep going because I want to move on. I want to finish in about 10 minutes and keep it nice, short and sweet. Where are we now? Oh, 1 hour. So we've zoomed into 1 hour on gold. So we want to see this N shape complete. So we've had a pump up with the news. I'd like to see this come down and finally now that it's pulled back one more time. Elastic band, pinball machine, pulled back, the ball bearing's ready to pop to the... That's what I'd like to see, nice pop down and hit 30. Hit the previous low, basically, as a first T1, first target. So yeah, that's where we're at with this. That's gold. So you can see my chart on gold just drill up again, so you know what my range is. I'm looking for ultimately 1820 area, 764 ultimately. But if it takes out these, if it just stays like this and makes a lot of noise here and just takes out 45, 46 area, previous high, then you can see that on a 4 hour and on a daily. You're basically saying it's not ready. It just wants to chop around and piss about and do nothing. Because of course it is at the 61.8 support of this range, but I'm thinking now that it's tested it and it's coming back down to test it, that I'd like to see at least the third test. So I'm thinking at least make some money to the downside to 30 as a retest. That's what I'm looking for anyway. We'll see if it plays out a bit more downside, and then obviously if it does break, it's one of those. It's like indices, you know. There's these are the kind of things that you can trade, like gold indices. They're the sort of instruments you can trade for breakouts, because you know that these things do break out. With Forex, what happens is you hit a support and resistance, it bounces off it and goes the other way, you know, more often than not, and then we might get a bit of a breakout and then it just drops back in just to suck in a few, you know, a bit of liquidity grabs and fake out. A lot of fake outs happen more often than not with Forex than it does with things like gold and indices, just which you probably already knew that but didn't quite maybe put that into context. So I've just highlighted it for you. You probably thought, yeah, actually I've noticed that, but didn't actually pay too much attention to it. So I have all the pairs up for correlation, especially like with the Dow. I've got the Dow, I've got the DAX, I've got the FTSE 100, so the German DAX as well, FTSE 100. I've got S&P 500. I've got NASDAQ up. I've got oil below that as well, so I've got all of them up. To the left I've got silver. Then I've got my dollar pairs for correlation. I've got dollar Swiss, dollar CAD, dollar yen. Good to see that, you know, see what's happening there. I've got dollar index up, so you like to keep an eye on that as well. So correlation is looking at the markets as a whole and seeing, you know, what's happening. Yeah, so yeah, could have a, generally speaking, a negative, negative correlation. It's nice when things are all in sync, right? So if one's going down and the other's going up, that it's nice to see. That's an added confluence in itself. Confluences are reasons to get into a trade. You're looking for as many reasons as possible, really. Or as many, but you're looking for relevant reasons. You're looking at, you know, not the sky's blue today, I think I'm going to short gold. You know, it's looking at what's going on and applying what you're seeing. Because trading is that. It's just that, isn't it? It's observation. So let's move on. Let's before we go to that, let's reduce this. Let's look at my charts for gold as well. So gold on the daily is sitting at around 1837. It's, you can see support. It's a 38.2. We've tried to break it a few times and come back up. I'd like to see it come back down. Ultimately, come back down to 1800 for the end shape here, and then it can decide if it wants to rally up from there or break lower. But yeah, I'd like to see one more retest. That's what we're looking at on a higher time frame ultimately. Let's pull up this 4-hour chart for gold as well. 4-hour chart for gold is there's that double top that we spoke about. Nice at 1960 area. Pretty decent. That's the range. You know, when you do that, zoom out, looking at the bigger picture. So that's my gold. That's where we're at. So we're just consolidating, aren't we? It's support, it's consolidating. So it's going to do one of two things. It's going to bounce off, or it's going to break. And I think it keeps bouncing off this area, but it keeps coming back down to it. So I just think this time it's going to break and go short. So we're looking for another retest of 1830, but ultimately looking for lower, looking for 1820 at least. So this last range here, I'm just going to focus on this little area here for an end shape, a 764 retracement ultimately. Below the pivots for today, so central pivots at 1845, my stops at 1846. Yeah, so you know, looking at that. So that's gold. Let's look at pound dollar. Pound dollar. We had some news of pound yen as well, didn't we? So pound yen and euro yen, I think they gapped down, didn't they? So they might yo-yo back up. I'll sell gold once it breaks that 61.8 support and then sell it to the 764. Yeah, that's fine. That's what I was looking at ultimately. So I have gotten in. Maybe you could argue that I've gotten in early, but that's again, that just depends what sort of trader you are, what's your risk, how much you prepared to risk. You could dip your toe in the water and you could put 1/4% down and hold back 1/4%. If you think, right, today on this I'm going to risk 0.5%, and if this breaks I'm going to chuck the other 1/4% at it and then try and make 1% or so on a move. You could play it like that to scale in, have some skin in the game so you don't miss out, because there's always that fear of missing out. Or you could just be like, no, you know what, I'm not ready, I don't feel like it, I'm going to sit on my hands, wait. If it makes that move and breaks that element, that area, which I'm surprised it hasn't done it today so far. I expected it to move by now. It's less than an hour to go with the US Open, so maybe in the next 10-20 minutes it might make a move. That would be nice. Anyways, there we go. So let's go on to pound quickly and then let's just finish up. So pound for me, I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for the news tomorrow. It's 12 o'clock London time, which is 7 a.m. New York time. So 7 a.m. New York time, we'll start seeing some clarity in terms of what they do. If they don't adjust, if Bank of England Governor Bailey, if he doesn't make any adjustments, doesn't change anything, keeps everything the same, the rates the same, which they're very low, doesn't go into any negative rates, all normal, which I'm thinking that he's just going to do that. Then I think then that we will see another bullish pump on gold, on the pound. Another move up on gold. Why do I keep saying gold? Another move up on the pound. That's what I'd say. So if the news comes out bearish, negative, it'll be bearish, weak pound. So fundamentally, that's what we talk about when people say I'm not sure how to decipher or I don't understand fundamental news. It's nothing to it. Tomorrow, there's rumours that Governor Bailey, they're talking about negative rates, but I don't think they'll announce negative rates unless for them they're seeing some numbers just don't add up and they just feel the need to take such drastic action to keep the economy alive and afloat. Otherwise, I'd expect them to keep rates unchanged at 0.1%, which is very, very low. It's 0.1% away from zero, which is, you could drop it to zero. Could just drop it to zero. So no interest, interest free. That would be amazing. If they did that, then the pound will drop. If they keep it the same or raise it, which I doubt they'll raise it, but if they keep it the same, then the pound should stay bullish. So that's my take on it. So I can't trade this at the moment. You can see this is messy. Look at this. This is a 4-hour time frame on gold, on the pound. I keep saying gold. I'm obsessed with gold today. It's just messy. We've had the divergence strategy at the start of January. It played out. It hit there. We had the divergence. There it is. Clear divergence. We had this on the 4-hour, the daily, the weekly. It's done. And it played out. Sort of retracement. First target was down to back to previous structure. The 100% at around 134.85. 135 round number there as well. Nice target. We got there, didn't we? We did it. Pumped up. Extended. Perfect. I was shorting it. 160 pip move. Then it retraced 76.4%. It was like an Elliott wave move. Done. Yeah, all good. So that's my take on that. I'm not doing anything at the moment with the pound. We'll just leave it all alone until tomorrow. Yeah, good. Shall we do one more go? Let's have a go. One more go. Let's just ask any more questions because I think everybody got kicked out there just now. Okay. Good. Just starting the Zoom again just for another 10 minutes or so. Oops. What's going on? Oh, here we go, admits. Yeah, sorry about that. It just dropped out. But yeah, there you go. So 200. Jay, you said about your 200 Was it you, Jen, that said about 200 EMA? On what? On your daily or your 4 hour? The 200 EMA on the 4 hour is down at around 135.91, so below 136 for me. And it's about 135.50 on the daily for me. Let's see where it's at with the 1 hour. It's trading below. On the 1 hour, it's below the, and you've got the 50 EMA crossing over as well here, which is what we saw here. Pushed it down. We've had the N shape as well, but you can see it's all very clumped together at the minute. Not my cup of tea. Are you trading live tomorrow? Yes. Mark, where are you from? Forex Trader, where are you from? Forex Trader, such a corny name. Why don't you just call yourself Dave? Forex Trader. You guys crack me up. You know, if your name's Dave, just call yourself Big D or something. You know. Are you trading US session in 30 minutes, or are you done for today? No, I like to see what's going on. Oh yeah, there you go, Mr. Jarvis. Short gold. What's wrong with you? What are we waiting for? Waiting for the move. Forget that. Short gold. Germany, excellent. Hello from Germany. Is there anything else you want to look at for maybe another 10 minutes, and then we can finish?
I was looking at GBP, JPY, kind of missed an entry because I had a support at like 143.50, and then it wasn't breaking under there and did like 6 wicks, so I guess that could have been your confirmation to enter. I just kind of watched it.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, you asked for a Zoom link. The Zoom link's been provided. I shared it in. It's there. Copper charts. Don't start. Do you want to see Palladium? No, gold. Look, gold. There. It is. It's short, bearish. Where are we? Let's go here. Yeah. So let's go back to gold. Gold, bearish, breaks that 1830, 100 pip drop, 1820, 764 move, nice, done. Gold. I just said to some of the guys, I wanted to check where your low was on the 17th of January. Where was the low on gold, 17th of January? It's Sunday night when it opened. Remember it, that a couple of weeks ago, it spiked down. And I've got 1802.95, so just shy of 1803. But when I look on my other charts, you know, they did have it up there, down there as well. But when I logged out and logged in again and redid the charts like the next day, their low had changed. Had changed to 1805. Yes, he's in the groups, Mr. Forex Trader. Yeah, okay. So FTMO have got it down at 1802. See, on here, I've got this pegged at 1805, but it wasn't there originally. It was lower. So I've set all my fibs and everything and support and resistance at 1802, and we'll keep it like that as well. So yeah, we'll just keep it at that for the minute. Yeah, that's it really. Anyway, yeah, there you go. So yeah, we'll see this break, and we'll get back down to 1830, 1820, 1800s. That's the take on gold at the moment. All bets are off to the downside if we break 1846. So yeah, there you go, 1846 to the upside. So it could go up there, test it, double top, or a little push up, take it out. On the 1 hour chart, we've got this 50 EMA, and we've got 200 EMA. all crossing over nicely. 20 EMA putting some pressure on here as well. I like that. 21 EMA. People say it's range bound sideways yet, so it's consolidating, waiting for it to make the move. But I think the move is going to be down. That's what we're watching. It's all right, Forex trader. It's all right. He's got that. He's got it. He's got it. The Discord link. Don't worry about it. It's fine. All right. Any more questions? So pound dollar moving up. Some upward movements on EU and GU. Yeah, that's fine. Let's have another quick look. Let's have a look at EU, shall we? Have a look at EU, and then we'll go back and have a look at the pound yen and pound dollar. Is there anything else that you guys want to look at as well? Anything else? Switch this to EU. Okay, so this was yesterday's trade. So we hit T1. We did what we had to do with that, and it's just testing. Yeah, so that's euro. I liked euro. Scanned it up. I did analysis on it. I did a YouTube vid on it last week, didn't I? On Friday, I was talking about coming into this week with euro dollar break up or break down. Again, using simple just support and resistance trend lines, that order block, supply and demand zone. Just looking at what it was going to do around this level, break out of this wedge, long or short. Very strong resistance, tapping it multiple times. So when it broke on Monday, we were just like, okay, we're confirming. Let's just take it short, and we're going to take it down to retest that 120 area. It's dragging its heels, so that's why it's, you know, euro dollar can be painful to trade. It's just so slow, but it's fine. You know, it's okay. Learn some patience with some of these trades, and the good thing is, put it on, just leave it. Don't have to worry about it. So, you know, take it all a pinch of salt, I guess, for each zone. But yeah, there you go. So that's euro dollar. Show you the divergence strategy, which I really like the look of, and I really like this. We had divergence on the daily on euro dollar, so divergence strategy was in play. It was really nice. It didn't make its first move down and test 120. It bounced up, so the fact that it bounced up, retraced, I thought we've got another stab at this. Let's take it down if it confirms again, and we'll take it down to at least 120.11. So I put my first target at 120.20, just nice and comfortable above. I could have been 120.15 maybe, but I knew it might react off 20. It likes 20, it likes 80. You know, these numbers are numbers that you see reactions of, and that would be okay for a decent trade done. We are all continually learning. Yes, full-time trader. Yes. Suffice to say that Jay has more experience than me. So yeah, there we go. That's it. 120.11. That's euro dollar. Let's see now if divergence can indicate a key change, a key reversal. So dollar strength would come in then on the dollar index, which, you know, it has done at the moment, hasn't it? So that's going to affect dollar related pairs, including the pound dollar, which is currently range bound at the moment. So any of those trades you're taking, consider that it's in a range. Might be a decent range, 100 pips or so. But consider the range, and plan that into your trade. So whether you're looking for a small T1 type move, maybe 20, 30, 40 pip move, or whether you're looking for something a bit bigger, so a T2 type move, maybe 100 pips or so plus. And consider the movement that it's already done in a day. But yeah, to be fair to euro dollar, I like it. I like that fact this is the 1 day chart daily, and it's broken my 50 EMA, and I've got my 20 EMA, and my other EMAs starting to cross over, and they're applying some downward pressure at previous structure. So I like that. That's interesting. It can bounce off here for sure, and it can all go up. That would indicate dollar weakness again. So keep an eye on the dollar index as well, including Alex slowly. Yeah, that's true. Never ending. yeah, there you go. So let's where are we? Let's zoom up. Let's go up to 4 hour on euro dollar. Just to explore it because it's in a nice area at the moment. It's in a nice place. It's done a nice move. It's broken out. It's done all that. Come down to this key area here. 120.20 area roughly. Just so see Friday we have non-farm payroll. Will it cause a stir? Will anything happen? Will it just prove to be a bit of a choppy bit of price action, like it does most of the time? But just wanted to highlight the levels for you, so you're in the loop as to what I'm looking at and how I'm looking at it. How do you say that? Miyaga. Is that Miyaga? It's like mega, but with an A. Yeah, good. Yeah, that's euro dollar. So euro dollar's at a key area right now. Bit of support, previous structure. We shorted it down to there. Just thought we'd let it at least get down there as a T1. So we've done that now. After a lot of confirmation that it was bearish, let it finish the move. Now from here, will it break and go lower? If it does, then what I would do, this is how I usually use these. You're still trading NFP like you used to? No, not really. I struggle with it nowadays. It's just a dead affair. It's not like it used to be years and years ago. It was just a different industry. It wasn't surrounded. We didn't have all these retail traders like we do now. Coming off the back of a recession as well, for many years we had big 100 pip moves with pairs. We still get those big moves on like Aussie news and Kiwi news. So we had last night Kiwi news, didn't we? New Zealand news, and we had some decent moves. If you look at the euro dollar and the pound euro New Zealand dollar and pound New Zealand dollar, some nice spikes at around the time of the news to the downside. And now you would expect it to all go back up. So they might be some decent trades. Euro New Zealand dollar and pound New Zealand dollar. Spike down with the news and then maybe give it all back up back up rallying by Friday. So consolidation today at the moment, and then starts this move back up maybe by this afternoon into tomorrow. Who knows? That could be the play. Pretty decent for it. Euro New Zealand and pound New Zealand. In terms of entries, put your stops below all of this price action and have a go. They're quite good setups. And they move pretty well as well. They'll give up some decent pips. Especially, New Zealand pairs are quite decent for that. Does anyone want to look at anything else? Let's get back to looking at this. So we had this pound dollar done. Anything else? This is where are we at? Let's drill up there to everything's just sideways, isn't it, at the moment? Let's pull this back a bit. Let's pull this to here. Okay, and keep that on for reference. So good, done. So 130, yeah, good. Okay, so that's that. All right. So yeah, I think we're done then, aren't we? There's nothing else that we need to look at. If you have any more questions, So waiting to trade pound pairs tomorrow. We have news at 12 London time, 7 a.m. New York time, and we'll see it come out of this 2 weeks of consolidation, which is here. Where are we here? There you go. 2 weeks worth of consolidation. Bear with me 2 secs. Any final questions? Any final questions before we finish? Canadian pairs are having a little bit of a pump. Canadian pairs are pumping. Yeah. Anything else? Any final thoughts? Anything else? No. Good. All right. Well, I hope you found it useful. We'll do it again tomorrow. Tomorrow will be interesting. Tomorrow we might already be in some trades, maybe pound trades tomorrow. I think with the news coming out, maybe we may see some allow the pound to actually make a trending move. Maybe note that we do get some decent moves at least once a week. It's an interesting observation. Don't know what groups you're in. You should, if you're in certain forums and there's just maybe a lot of one nationality in there, that might be the reason. You know. So yeah, so Dow is trying to push down. It's trying to give back this big old pumped move to the upside that it put in. Where's the Dow? Why haven't I got my Dow up? Oh, that's a shame. Oh, what's going on? No option to be quiet now. Cisco CEO, HP CEO, Enrique Corporate Accountability, Zoom Ed's Virtual. Okay, let's have a look then. Actually, I'm going to look at the Dixie as well one time. Got to look at the Dixie just to put you in a picture, and then we can finish. Alright, so we need to adjust this. That was the move up. That was yesterday, so I haven't looked at this chart since yesterday. This is a 4-hour chart. So just focused on this range. I had longs yesterday just focusing up to 800. It did 800. I didn't have anything past that. I thought it could keep going, but it didn't, which is a bit strange. But fair enough. I was just that was my feeling on it as well. Now we're having a pullback to previous structure. Are we going to drop? If we do, then we could get all the way back down to 30,400. A bit of range bound price action. 30,400 short for another. What's that? 250 pip move. If it could break short from there. Let's get up on here a minute. Let's remove some of this fluff. There you go. This is a weekly time frame. Weekly was very bullish though. So for me, I don't really have any clarity with this. There's no trade for me on the indices for now. Might have a little corrective pullback, for example, or it might have a deeper correction. Not clear on that. But higher time frames, the weekly since yesterday's rally or the last 2 days rallying, that just suggests that we're bullish. But we could just be doing a pump and dump, so pump 2 days and then consolidate today into tomorrow, back down again. You know, who knows? But wait and see what happens with that. Anyone have any suggestions or? Yeah, exactly. You know, you could short it, and you know, and it's doing it right now. It's broken whilst we're talking. In the last 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes, it's gone from 30,700, and it's now sitting at 640 area. So it's broken down at 60 pips and going and moving so far. Coming down to some structure down here. Previous low around 600 area, 640, 600. Yeah, just see. And obviously this is 20 minutes before the US Open, so I wouldn't be trading it 20 minutes before. It's too close. All right. Anything else? Just have one quick look at pound yen. So pound yen, nice chart. Pound yen. Yeah, see you all tomorrow then. Yeah, take care if you're off. That's cool. Let's see. Yeah, all good. Yeah, take care everyone. I'm gonna finish there then. Yeah, cheers guys. Yeah, so my watch list is quite simple this week. Gold and the pound pairs. The pound pairs will come into effect tomorrow. Start focusing on them. And gold for now with bearish bias until it breaks 46. If it breaks 46 or so, then forget it. But if it stays below 46 on gold, then I'll just keep looking for the possibility of a decent drop and a break to the downside. But we'll see what happens. Shared about the DAX. It's at resistance level. Yeah, exactly. Historically, DAX has sold off in around this time of year. Yeah, so yeah, maybe we are due for a decent correction to the downside. I just have to wait for these moves to start setting up and start, giving us. It's bearish when it's bearish. It's bullish when it's bullish. So that's my take on it. Keep it simple. Cool. All right then.